Join Animal Connections and renowned pet psychic Nicole Elizabeth as she connects with your pets both living and past to deliver messages and receive answers to your questions. Here now is your host, Nicole Elizabeth.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Spirit Realm Network. My name's Nicole Elizabeth and I'm an animal communicator, and as you can probably hear, I'm from Australia. So tonight I'm here to give you free readings with your pets, and for everyone watching on the replay, it's tonight. It is the 20th of February and it's Thursday 8 p.m. So if everyone is watching on the website on spiritrealm.net, you can interact with me via the chat. If anyone is watching on any other platform, say Facebook, you'll need to pop over to the chat onto the website so that we can interact. Now, I will be monitoring the chat here, and there have been a couple of messages come through. So thanks, guys. You guys have gotten really early. And there is a message there. So if Tip, there's a person called Tip that left a message saying, do I feel anything connected to you? And unfortunately you don't have any pictures. We don't need pictures. You don't have to have a picture. It's just nice to add pictures. So if anyone is watching, there's a little plus sign in a circle, and that's where you can add your pictures. It's just nice to interact, to see the pets. It's just, I don't know, I'm a very visual person, so it's quite nice to have the photo to see, so tune into that pet. But we don't need it. So if you just want to pop down who you'd like me to connect with, so just pop down the pet's name. I'll give you an example. If I was to write down Dio, dog, living, why does he like eating cardboard? Something like that. And then I'll tune in to the energy that way. One thing I will say with photos though, guys, if you do see someone with a photo that's constantly doing this and just looking at it, and then pulling out information that way, they're actually cold reading the photo. And that's not what we do here. I look at the photo, it's kind of like saying, tune on to FM radio 87.5. That's what it is for me. That's how I work. And equally too, if you see someone and then they're sitting across from you and they're really intently watching what you're doing, they're hot reading you. And that's not what you want either. So this is a great kind of, I guess, barrier, because I can't see you. You can see me, we can interact via the chat, and I pull out the information from your pets. So that being said, let's get on to some messages. Now, there were 2 messages, so I'll wait for Tip to pop the information in the chat, and then I will get to is it? No, I said Mish then. It's Rochelle for Bruiser. So Rochelle has written, this is Bruiser, my rescue dog from a very abusive owner. He's been acting very strange in the house and sometimes even scared the last few weeks. It's really funny. As I'm actually saying that, I'm actually getting the shakes within my body. Is he okay, or do you think he's being freaked out by a spirit? We've had some strange things happening lately that I know are spirit, and yes, we do know. And of course, anything from Stewie. Okay, so if anyone's watching on the website, please pop over to the chat and have a look, because you'll see a photo of Bruiser, which is he's really cool. And Kelsey has written, hello and happy National Pet Day. Happy National Pet Day to all pet owners out there. Okay, let's tune into Bruiser. I actually have a feeling that I know what's going on with Bruiser anyway. Let me see. Let me just pop you down there so I can see your question. Right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I like to write the name and see what's coming through. Rochelle, have you noticed, though, because I am still getting very on edge inside my body. I can feel the energy within my chest area, so that for me is a bit of an anxiety type feeling for Bruiser. Do you notice that he's actually looking at a spot and doing that? Because for me, this is he's watching something. This has a lot to do too. There's a couple of things going on here from what I can get from Bruiser. Is one, the audience won't know this, but we know that Rochelle's going through a bit of awakening at the moment. And Rochelle herself is an animal communicator and a psychic and a medium. So what's been happening at the moment is she's actually been getting a lot of spirit coming to her. And you may remember me saying you need to have an off and on, because you can't be on all the time. You just get your drained energy. What I'm feeling with Bruiser is that Bruiser is letting you know when there's something there that you need to make sure you shut off from. And it's not a scary thing. It just means you need to shut off. Let me see. And for me, I'm going to one particular place in the house. It feels like that's where I keep going. That's where I know things are coming and going. Do you have a welcome mat on the front of your door? Just be very careful with things like that, because it feels like there's a point of entry. And Bruiser, for me, I'm feeling I'm scared, but I'm going to protect. I'm scared and protect. That's what I'm getting from Bruiser. So it's not like I want to protect, but I'm going to protect because that's what I'm here to do. I don't want to. So inside, he's quietly panicking when there are things coming through. And it's just, honestly, I feel like this is a time to, you both need to work through this. It's not a scary time. It doesn't need to be a scary time. But I'm going to give you an example. I let someone connect to my pet and I hadn't warned her and she ended up weeing herself. And it was my fault because I didn't warn her. So I had to then work with her and tell her that I won't allow that to ever happen again. And now I'm very protective of it. So what we need to do is protect your space quite a lot. And I know that there's a lot of changes coming up and those changes are causing a lot of, it feels like a rift. It feels like what I can see is like a crack and light shining through. So it feels like there's you must be going through, as much as this isn't a reading for you, this is what Bruce is showing me through you, because it feels like there's a crack that he can see appearing and things are changing and shifting almost to the point where you're not liking it either. Like it's meant to be good, but it seems to be a little bit stressful at the moment. And that is actually drawing a lot of energy to you because you have to be very careful because you have very strong abilities. So that's just, sorry, I'm going to check my chat now. But that's just something that was coming through straight away for Bruiser. So let me just see. I'll read out any messages. Oh, beautiful. Madam May Mama's here. Okay. Yes, he keeps going into my grandson's room. Yes, right. Oh, and this is the other thing too. Not only do you have very strong abilities, so does your grandson. And we do know that it is passed down from generation. But when you've got two mediums in the house and there's no sort of off and on, and because children, like you would have known, and with me, dead people would just walk into my room at will, and I had to make sure that I had to stop it. And as you know, your son sees Stewie all the time. So we need to just be very careful. Not careful. What I mean is just be, just have your on off. You don't want to be at work all the time. No one wants to be at work all the time. Just think of it like that. I'm at work. I'm at home. Now I'm on. Now I'm not. You know, it has to fit in. People may not agree with me on that. People may want to be open all the time, and that's fine. And that's completely up to them. But I feel like you need to have that in. Oh, something else that is coming through, because it feels like there's a line on your grandson's door. And what I'd be doing for that, because that's what I feel like, I don't even know if Bruce is crossing that line. It feels like there's a line. So what I would do is I would have your grandson write, you know, not in my room or not allowed in my room, and place on the door, because then that intention is set. So then he can get, you know, a good night's sleep. And so he's not, you know, being woken up by anything. Stewie's fine. The sign doesn't relate to Stewie. But I would do things like that just to help keep the energy a bit calmer in the house. Now, sorry, I'm looking back at your chat. And you're right. I think he's picking up on what's going on with me 100%, because he is your dog, and that's what they pick up on the most. They pick up on their person. That doesn't mean the person that feeds them. It means their person. So whoever they've decided is their person, that's who they're going to focus on, and that's who they're going to feed their energy off, and vice versa. Let me see. Oh, to the back door. Okay, so then Bruce is looking to the back door of the office where Stewie used to sit. Okay, he's never done this before. See, that's different. I feel like that is different because Stewie's sitting there. There's different spots because there's different energies in different parts of the house. And where Bruce is going to, separate to all this, has a good energy spot in the house. You'll notice that pets will sit in places that the energy is good because they're energy readers. So just be careful of that. And then when he's in the good spot, you can connect to him because you're connected to him, and you can either help him understand what's going on by thought and words, or just by thought, because it'll happen, because he'll understand that because they are telepathic, and set boundaries up. There you go. So that's what I'd be doing for Bruiser. And also I'm just getting tapped too, and this is probably Stewie, that you're making a decision soon, aren't you? And I know this is about animals, but this is what your pets are bringing through to me. You're making a decision soon, and it's a big decision. And it feels like there's a little bit of unrest and uneasy about that. And I know I'm not going to go further into that on this platform, but I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Where are we? All these messages. Thanks, guys. I love all the messages. Okay, so Raylene's back. Mish and Kitty Crew's back. Madam May Mama and Kelsey. Hello to everyone. And Tip, if you are there, let me just check all my messages. Please do leave a note, a chat of who you'd like me to connect with, and I'll go into and connect with your pet. I've just got to say, Rochelle, I'm getting a lot of pain as soon as I saw your name, I'm getting pain. So Stewie must be around me because I know the brain thing. Even probably saw my eyes just twinge then as soon as that came through. So he must be around you at the moment. Let me see. Where are these chats? Questions. Oh, okay. There's some really cool questions here. All right, guys, I'm going to get to some questions. Raylene, thank you for your time. Covers the words. Thank you for your time with Charlie last week. You're very welcome. As it turned out, the home was not suitable for him, and the people did not have capacity to give him the exercise he needs. He has another meeting tonight. Fingers crossed for him. Thank you for that feedback. So anyone who joined last week, we were talking about this particular pet going to a possible home, and the pet came through to say, I need the exercise. And so Ray's just confirmed that they didn't have the capacity to do that, and so it didn't work out. So I'm really glad that you stuck with that and stuck with what Charlie was asking for after. I'll sort of merge those two together. And because I know that you're going to find him the best place. Oh, and look, if anyone's watching, have a look at the photo, because there is a photo of him playing. That is really cute. Okay. So Rochelle, actually a lot of energy when this is happening, yes, because there's a lot of energy happening around you at the moment, and your grandson and your babies. Okay, I'll get back to that. Let me see. So your sister is sitting with you and has a bichon called Muffin, and he's been coming up a lot. Is there a special reason for this? What's this? He's been coming up a lot. Oh, okay. Do you mean coming up a lot when, like as in now? Because I will explain that. I actually have clients that either when I talk to the pets or when I'm talking on screen, if they can hear me, the pets will generally stop and find out what's going on. And that's because of my energy that's going out to them. Now, Kelsey, I'm wondering if Callie's vibrations are off and that's what's causing Fred to attack her. Callie's on edge even with being on anxiety meds. Thanks. Okay. So a few things here, Kelsey, with Callie and Fred. I remember the names, but I do apologize. I don't remember what I said, and that's actually a good thing. You don't want me to remember what I said about them, but I do remember the names of Fred and Callie. Let me see. Also, one thing I have to mention here, meds, the anxiety meds are a tool. They're a tool to help train and help relax the mind so you can teach the animal how to act. Now, Fred does not, what is it? I actually think it's more than just the on edge and the change of, because their medication does change her energy, but I think it's more than that with Fred. Let me just see. I'm going to actually connect to Fred first and then Callie. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. I can see all your messages coming through. So I'm going to try and get through them and not try and get, stuck talking and chatting like I normally do. So Fred, I'm getting with Fred, there seems to be a little bit of jealousy here. And you know what I'm seeing? It's because almost as if, and this is not Callie's fault by any means, but he is targeting Callie. She's getting attention and he wants it. And it doesn't mean that she's getting good attention. She's getting attention because seems like brother and sister, almost as if she's getting the attention. Me, why are you paying her attention? Why are you giving her meds? That type of energy is what's coming through for Fred. Honestly, he feels a little left out. That's what's coming through from his emotions. And he's obviously acting out in a way that is not really appropriate, but he just feels left out. There needs to be, what I would do with Fred, there needs to be specific time with him as well. Callie, I will get to in a second, but with Fred, I'm getting this, of course I'm going to attack my opponent. And they do have times when they're actually okay together. It's not all the time. It's just sometimes when the energy just, it's like the adrenaline just comes up in my energy and then they just react and then they calm down. But it just, for me, I almost feel like I want special time. I want this. Fred's trying to be a little bit demanding and taking it out on Callie. Now with Callie, I'm not overly opposed to the medication, I must say, because sometimes we need that to be able to calm us down. But it's almost when I'm connecting to Callie. And so, guys, I'm looking at my keyboard. I just seem to focus better when I just stare at like F12. With Callie, I'm always looking behind me all the time. This is playing a part as well because I'm always on edge. I'm always feel like there's something coming behind me. Something's happened with Callie in the past where something did come behind her. And now she has this, like, it's almost as if it's PTSD coming from behind me. And so she's always on edge. Then she's getting attention and Fred's attacking. She needs, almost as if, do you do Reiki? I have a feeling you may do some sort of healing because I feel like she needs a blockage. Oh, another thing is too, sorry, it's all coming at me once. Try to get her an orange blanket or something because that's going to help with trauma, releasing trauma. She has a lot of trauma stuck in her from coming from behind. And Fred's playing up on that because that's what she's also pushing out. To be honest, he needs to mind his manners. And she needs to, see, I feel like you're providing a calm environment for her. She needs to work through a few things. And by doing that, when she has her medication, you can do that by slowly training her that talking to her as you're coming towards her from behind will help. Always alerting her because it feels like there's something that she just cannot handle. And I see it coming from the back, but on the right side, from this side, from me, coming towards her. So I'm very curious whether she's been attacked by a dog or something coming at her from that point. And I feel like this has kicked off a lot in her life. That's why I feel like there's a little bit of tension between them. And then, of course, he's jealous. Come on, Fred. Do better. Let me see. Oh, there's lots of messages. Here we go. Okay, Patty, thanks for your chat. I will get to you. A basset hound. Oh, I love them. Callie is more normal when she's on meds because it just takes down it takes the edge off, like normal human, I shouldn't say normal, but human medication. Let me see. Here we are. Okay. I don't know if I should read that out, but I find it quite funny what you just said, how he runs through the house. He just ran through the house. We're talking Fred. Yes, Fred just ran through the house for everyone that just has been watching. That is so funny. Took her off her meds the 3 days, and then she pooped in my office instead of her box because it was a sudden change too. She cannot handle sudden changes. She is, and that's her way of saying help. Animals give us the weirdest, what are they, behaviors when they ask for help, but they don't know any other way to do it. So that's all that is. Fred is orange. Is that a thing with orange cats being like that? She's very cautious when walking around the house. There you go. So that does confirm that. She is constantly looking around, and it doesn't even need to be with her eyes. It's kind of like she's putting it out there. It just, with everything she's doing, she's constantly, it's a constant stress on her body. And then the stress is causing stress. So you're in now this loop. So we need to break that barrier. And she's come to you because you're the right person to help. So I would definitely announce, now I've got this image of Fred running around the house. That's so funny. Tell Fred he's allowed to interact because they do have times of good interaction, but he's just not allowed to attack. And you're allowed to tell no. Obviously, we don't harm any animals, but you're allowed to tell him. He knows when you're saying no to. This is what I'm getting to. It's like he looks at you as if, no, I'm doing this. And then he walks off. That's what I'm feeling from him. But I would definitely try and help her through this, because the more you help her, it's actually going to help him, but also spend some time with Fred as well. So that's how I would, I'll leave that one there with your two, but please comment if you have any other questions. Patty, okay. You have your daughter's dog, Maisie, while her family's overseas in the military. Is she happy here with my other dog? Oh, that is a very good question. And Patty is a basset hound. Okay, let me see. Patty mentioned that Maisie is a basset hound. All right. Actually, before I do this connection, guys, I actually want to let you know that after my show tonight, there's a really cool new podcast. And now I have to look down because I don't know the names yet. I am getting there. But there is a new true crime podcast hosted by Ashley and Thomas. And it's called The Realm of Darkness. So if you like podcasts, true crime, anything paranormal, it is on immediately after my show. So I cannot go over time because I need to show them respect and allow their show because it's on for the first time. So I reckon it's going to be a cracker. So I reckon everyone on here should just stay online and watch the true crime podcast after. So Realm of Darkness, what a cool name. So guys, I just wanted to put that out because I get busy talking and I need to let you guys, everyone who's on this on this show, please stay and listen to their podcast. It's going to be epic. And I'm really sorry, you probably just heard when I announced that how Australian I really am. Okay. Maisie the Basset Hound. Can I just say, I'm getting that Maisie was actually quite prepared well when being left with you. I feel like there wasn't this, because this is what I'm getting through. It's kind of like, no, I've been prepared. They were letting me know. It feels like even we had some time together before I left and then I was dropped off. I don't know whether they call you Nana. But that's the sort of feeling I was getting from Maisie. What is this about? I don't think we can. My pen's just gone. Maisie has to sing about wanting to go outside. It must be cold where you are because there's something that's like blocking me. I just want to go out. I just want to. I just look at you. You're concerned about the way this dog looks at you. A little bit out of sorts, but that's normal. Give it 3, 3, and 3. Remember 3, 3, and 3. That's when 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, they'll calm down. But with her, you know what I'm getting? It's kind of like I'm telling them what I want, and they're not getting it. Not saying that's a bad thing. It's kind of like, because it's kind of like, but you're almost falling over yourself to help her, and yet you're asking her, what do you want? What do you want to do? Let's do this now. This routine. It's just, just what it feels like. It's just like, but I'm telling her, I want to go outside. I want to go here. She's just out of sorts at the moment. Let me see. No, that wasn't your question, though, but that's what she was giving me. Let me just get into your question. I do get the feeling, though, from Maisie that I would prefer my own space. But I'm hearing that level of acceptance, if that makes sense. That kind of... I have a feeling that Maisie might be quite the well-looked-after princess and may not be used to having to share her space. That's what it's feeling and coming across. I'm not getting, though, total being upset about the other dog. I would just prefer on my own. But I know you'll do. It's fine. Kind of like that, almost as if I'm walking around the house like this, just doing that. She stares out the window. There's something she stares out as well. It's kind of like I go tell them, and then I have to go here. And I get it sometimes, but they don't get it sometimes. That's what she's giving to me. So does that make sense to you? I haven't looked at the chat yet. I'm going to pop on the chat and have a look. Oh, yes, very cold. And I am called Nana. Oh, there you go. That's so funny. Where are we? Got to keep up with all these messages. Got to get better at this. Hey, guys. Let me see. So your other dogs are a Shih Tzu and a Rottweiler. Can I just say, looking at that, I'm more annoyed at the Shih Tzu than the Rottweiler. I don't know why. It just feels like that's where Maisie's sort of state of play is at. That's so funny. Oh, and she loves looking out the window. Oh, that's good. Do you know what? Honestly, Patty, I just feel like Maisie's a little bit out of sorts. It is difficult when your humans go away from their perspective, because we do prepare them, and I feel like you guys did prepare. So Nana did prepare very well, and Nana's looking after Maisie very well. But it is very difficult from their perspective. Like, how long are they going to go? How do you explain that to someone? So when I go away, I always say to the pets, I'm going to be away for this many darks. People may not think that animals can understand that, but they can understand that. You could do something to help her, whereas even looking at a calendar and saying, this is where they're going, where they went from, and this is when they're coming back, and mark it off. It's a visual thing. She may not understand your physical words, but she understands your thoughts, and she understands the intention, and she understands they're coming back. And that's one thing that she would need to know the most. She loves Nana. Dogs are all right. She gets what she wants. But it's kind of like she still has that little wishing and hoping that when's it going to end? Because it's not her normal. It's been thrown out of whack. So that's where I'm feeling with Maisie. Let me have a look. All right. Okay. Where are these chats? Kelsey. Oh, Kelsey's popped photos. So if everyone was watching before and was talking about Fred and Callie and Odie in the middle there, the dog, everyone can see Fred. Everyone can see the Fred that was running around the house and is being naughty to Callie. So anyone who's on Facebook, if you can pop over to spiritrealm.net, and that way if you want to interact, you want a reading, because I can't see the messages on Facebook. So if you can pop over to the chat, pop your message in the chat and then I can connect to your pet. Now, Kelsey has told Fred that he needs to play nice. Yes, but you are allowed to also stop it in the action. And you just clap, just to divert his attention quickly and then go on about their day. And you're training him as much as you're training her. She just needs a little bit extra help. Oh, and he did put her back on the meds that day that she went toilet where she wasn't meant to. Good. Clearly she knows she needs it. And animals know what they need. It's amazing. Okay, so Patty's put on a message saying that Maisie's parents will be gone for another 1.5 years. Okay, well, that I feel like definitely needs to be communicated to Maisie. And now that makes sense why the 333 was coming up, because after 3 months is when she's going to start being okay. That is just with rescue pets. Not that she's a rescue, but it's just the change of environment can kick that off. So I would definitely give her a timeline. It's going to be a long time. Remember, give her a point in time of an event. Nana's birthday. It's going to be one more Nana's birthday. Things like that. That's an easier way to get that message through to the pet. Okay. Let me go back on these chats in case I've missed any or can elaborate more on any. Fred, I love that name. So where are we? Ray, one thing that I'm going to say with the pet that's coming, I haven't gone back to see the pet's name. One thing that I'm getting, and it feels like there's change coming in Nerida's life. Because when you have a pet that's doing that to you, it's because they're constantly seeing your energy field and they know when change is coming. And I feel like there's a change coming. And they come here to show us our support. You know it's okay. Because that's what you did that's what Nerida did for this pet's in life. And that's what they can do where they are now. Oh, back to the thread. I'm loving everyone interacting, so please do pop your message in the chat, everyone. Where are we? Right. Okay, so now I'm looking at the reply to, so this is Ray. So he is passed, so that does make more sense to me now. Can you explain, sorry, I'm going to ask you, why am I getting a pain when I connect to this dog in the this area? I'm getting a pain right here. So this must be Muffin. There's something to do with the pain in this area with Muffin. And then all down, almost feels like diarrhea that he had as well. There's something to do with that when he was alive. Pen's useless. What is that? Still coming up. What is that? Was there a lump or something there on this pet, on Muffin? Because I can feel that here. You would have been able to feel it if you're doing that. It's not there. It's here, kind of like there. It must have been a lump or something on Muffin that was actually quite I could feel the pain of this lump. That's what I'm trying to say. Now I'm getting this like sisters are doing it for themselves song. Why is that coming up? Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it's almost as if Paris is just running loops around this dog. Me, pick me kind of thing. Okay, there's something that's coming up from... What is that? There's something to do with water as well, but something to do with Nerida with water. It's not the beach. It's not like that. It has nothing to do with that. I don't know, did they go fishing together? Was that it? What was that? Feels like you need to get back to that. Feels like there's some sort of... What is that? Muffin and water and Nerida. Muffin, water, and Nerida. There's something that they used to do together. What is that? You must be... So the sister... I hope I'm saying the name right. Nerida is... Are you getting another dog? It feels like there's these questions coming up. And Muffin is trying to funnel it down to me. I keep doing this. You're questioning Muffin's death because you don't know if you want to go through that again. And I feel like this is where like Muffin keeps coming like, no, it's okay. Almost as if too, it feels like there was something that you feel was missed with Muffin. But it wasn't. That's what Muffin's saying. But you're worried about that. And I keep getting that it feels like there's you're concerning about the timing. How does this relate? And what is that? There's something to do with someone sitting in a study or a library or something with books around them too. Because Muffin's kind of pushing that as well. Are you trying to do some study? What is that? Study water. Almost, are you thinking about getting a dog or something to train, something to do with water? Something about that something's coming up with Muffin that she keeps saying. Almost I'm getting you a push to do that. Now, they'll never tell you what to do. They'll never enforce their opinions on you. It's kind of like they'll gently say this is a path, because there is no set in stone future. It's a perfect possible future. That's what I'm getting. There needs, okay, so what I'm getting, you are trying to study up on something, or you need to study up on something, and it's got to do with creating this thing. What is that? God, it's almost as if you're getting your boat license or something like that, and you're training dogs. That's so weird. Oh, let me go back to the thread. That might make more sense if I can see. Oh, okay. So Nera's husband actually ran over Muffin, so that's probably pain there. And Nerida is doing a lot of spiritual study. Right. Okay. Yes, it is Nera, not sure about the water. That's totally fine. Okay, got to go with what I'm getting. Muffin, it just does keep mentioning water. There's something to do with water, and it may come out. God, it's like he's telling me, why are you not getting it? Why are you not getting it? Is your husband the water sign, maybe? What does that mean? I'm still getting pushed. You still need to be continuing with your study. And I feel like you're doing more than just spiritual study, though. You're doing, it kind of feels like you're going, kind of like if you look at it like diploma, certificate, degree, PhD, if you looked at it in that way, it feels like to me it's more of the PhD level, like you're going the whole way with this. And it's something that you need to do. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so that's why you've been thinking about the passing, because the way the muffin passed. Okay. Are you thinking about getting another dog during this journey? That's what it feels like. It feels like even though you're questioning the way, unfortunately, Muffin passed, which would be very traumatic for you. You've held yourself back because you didn't want that to happen again, or you just don't want you're being down on yourself and you're internalizing that. But I don't feel like Muffin wants that. I feel like you're going to get a puppy that's going to have something to do with water, and it's going to help in your spiritual journey. That's how it feels like to me. It's all that's how the roads are connected. But it feels like the pennies will drop once you get, there must be a dog that you're looking at or that is coming your way. So please let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you, because that's what I'm feeling is coming from Muffin. And I guarantee you'll come back, even if it's in a few months, and go, well, that water baby dog, and we go fishing or something. That could be something that would actually heal Dad. There you go. That's something that maybe Muffin's trying to say to you guys. Okay. Oh, that's lovely, Patty. So you FaceTime with your daughter so she can talk to Maisie. That is lovely. Keep that up, because that'll help. Let me see. Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. So Cheryl's popped a photo of Dash. Does he have anything he wants us to know? First of all, I'm getting pulled through my throat with Dash. Right here. Oh, okay. And then Maze has left a message. Love that. Okay. Dash, Cheryl. Okay, so apart from being drawn to my throat, I'm seeing spots. Spots on the body, like on the skin. Why is that coming through? I also feel with Dash, I was going to say cheeky, but it's not cheeky. It's more entertaining energy coming through. I feel like there's this born entertainer coming through. Isn't that interesting? So let me see. And I'm also getting this dog. I know it's Dash and it probably does run fast. There's probably a reason you call it Dash, but I actually seen this dog trot next to you. Despite this dog's name, I still feel like this dog trotting next to you, wanting to be near you like that. Very proud of you, not of the other way around. Obviously, it's always the other way around because we are proud of our pets. But Dash being proud of you. Almost as if he's saying, look at my human. Everyone look at my human. And that's why I feel like the entertaining energy is coming through with Dash. Okay, what else we got, Dash? And I keep hearing, I love to crunch with my back teeth. So there's something that you're giving you, like he would have, it would crunch his back teeth. And it feels like dehydrated stuff. Kind of like that crunch was just, over raw. That I'd prefer that crunch over raw, because it's you're not really a hunter, are you, Dash? As in wild dog, but I just feel like I still love that energy that would come from that. And he was quite well known. I feel like you were known together. Hand in hand is what I'm hearing with Dash. Hand in hand, peas in a pod, those sorts of things. And so we're coming through with these two. But I'm also getting, sometimes you stay away. You know, this is my woman. We just keep your distance, please. Let me see. Have a look in the chat. Dash is quite the entertainer. There you go. I love that. Beautiful. Okay, let me see. Let's see what else I get with Dash. And then, because as you can see, there's a few other messages coming through, so I do want to get to everyone. Do you know what? He just wants to kind of like, I want to smile. Like does he smile? Like, does he actually smile at you? Because I feel like I want to smile. My dogs don't smile. I want my dogs to smile, but I feel like he does. It's like he smells. I'd like to know how to get that with my pets. But anyway, I'm getting the energy of wanting to smile, and that's where his level of proud comes through. What is this system we have? Are you do you write lists or something? Because I feel like he's writing lists, and it feels like he checks them off with you. Because it feels like to me what he does, you do, he does. That's why it's coming through. And I'm getting these, yep, we need to do that. And he knows your routine. But when he feels like you need a break in that routine, or he feels like you're becoming too much focused on this path when you should be over here, that's when he almost if his little tap dance, that's where the entertainer part comes through. Let's see. I actually feel him quite loving and happy. I'm getting that there's something. Where is it? He has a spot in your house that's quite prominent, is what I'm getting. It's kind of like we all have photos of our pets. We have them on our phones. We have them in the house, but he's there. Do you have, is it a professional photo or something of him that's on the wall, or it's prominent? Because I'm getting there. Everyone can see me, but everyone can see me, is what he's coming through with that. He quite likes that, because every entertainer should be up in lights, according to him. So I hope that makes sense to you, Cheryl. But if anyone has just joined or is joining on Facebook, I do want to let you know that directly after my show, there's a new show. It's a new true crime podcast called Realm of Darkness, hosted by Ashley and Thomas. And it's a very brand new show. So after this show goes, please stick around and watch them, because I know I'm going to be doing it, because I love true crime. I love podcasts, and what a cool name, Realm of Darkness. So I do need to, and if anyone is on Facebook and wants to connect with me before the end of my show, you do need to pop over to spiritrealm.net and pop your message in the chat. So I am going to have a look at a couple of the chats now, because I did see a few pop through. Lists and routine for sure. Love that. Well, he quite likes that. It's good for him. And he has a bay window that he sits in. Oh, I see. Oh, how cool is that? Oh, you have to send a photo of the bay window just so I can see. I like those things. So Danny, Maze. Sorry, guys. Maze and Danny. Okay, I've got about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to do Maze and Danny. Okay. Lost our boy 3 years ago, and you miss him dearly. So this is Maze. All right. Okay. Okay, Maze, I don't know if this is the one that you're talking about, but I'm actually seeing a two-toned pet come through, dog come through. And also coming like directly at me. Almost like I want to run around rings around you. Almost like I could run rings around you. And if it's not you, it's for someone here, because I'm seeing this pet come through. Two tones. What is that? Something to do with the front left foot, because I'm getting drawn to that. You can see that I'm fidgeting with it. Something to do with the nails in particular, because that's what I keep fidgeting with. And what is that? And something to do with a tree. What is that? Almost like there's a favorite trees to hang out with. Like under the shade of the tree. Like I would love this. Your tree. Is there a memorial, something for your tree? That's what's coming through. Let me see. Oh, dash at the window. Yay. Oh, that's so beautiful. He's so lovely. Okay, so Maze, if you are there, just let me know, because that's what I see coming through. It must be memorial or burial or something there, because there's something that is this pet's tree. Because it's kind of like I'm in the tree. How does that connect? Okay. If you are still in the chat, please let me know. Okay, just seeing if there's any messages in the chat, guys. Sorry, just watching me look at my phone. All right, so Maze, that's what I'm feeling. So let me know if this is your boy. Otherwise, I will jump to someone else. I feel like this one's buried because I keep seeing a headstone, and normally I don't see headstones. Feels like there needs to be. You haven't fully come to terms with the death yet. That's what I'm getting. And I heard it's going to be a while. It feels like you're very stuck in your own trauma about this. But there needs to be something where you need to go to a tree, because I feel like his spirit is hanging around a tree. So please let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you, Maze. Mish still here. Excellent. Oh, did I get to yours, Mish? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me have a look. I do need to work out my chat properly. Okay. To Danny. Mish, if I don't get to you, I'm going to try, but I just want to have a chat. Danny, I was here a few weeks ago and we talked about my cat who passed a year and a half ago, Alana. Oh my God, I love that name. You said to come back another week, as she still had more to tell me. It was a few weeks ago now, but I'm wondering if you have any messages still. Okay, let me see. Ooh. Did you see that? Instantly went to my forehead. Is there something to do with Alana's forehead there? I felt itchy, but I feel like there may be some sort of significance in relation to maybe the pattern or something on Alana's forehead. There's something there. And it could even just be that you're doing this, but I felt a physical reaction right there in my forehead from Alana. Was it Alana that had... It feels like there may have been some sort of bladder issues or something with Alana. I actually can't remember Alana, I'm sorry, but this is what I'm feeling when I'm connected to the energy today. Why is she referring to sleeping? You're sleeping. It feels like she's with you when you sleep. And you're so desperate to feel that. That's what she's telling me. And it's kind of like she's saying to me, she can't feel me even walking on near her legs. It's like a walk through them and you can't feel it. Are you both frustrated at signs that you're not getting? That's what it feels like when it comes from Alana. Feels like to me, from what, like I'm mustering up all this energy to give you signs, and it feels like it's just not quite there yet. It's not that she's not doing it. It just feels like it's not being noticed. And it's not as if we're doing things like, so some animals, for example, will kick things off or, move things, or you'll physically be able to feel it, like what I was feeling, that there's something to do with this part of Alana. She's not doing it that way. She's doing more gentle signs. And it feels like to me, almost I can smell her in your bed. She brushes past you a lot. So I do please, like, it feels like she wants me to tell you that if you're feeling those tingles on you, but it's not up high, it's down low. Interesting, because it's not really, I'm not feeling it around my head as such. It feels like when you're walking, she's walking. It's a cat. It's not a dog. But that's what it feels like she's giving me signs. And there's also something to do with her joints as well, because I'm feeling it really strongly in my back left, I guess knee. Kneecap. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so from Alana, I want her, like, what I want to tell you is what like, she just wants to, she's giving you signs. It feels like you're wanting signs and she's giving you signs, but they're not maybe as bold as some others would be. She's brushing up against you. She's hanging around you when you sleep. It's not even like, it's kind of like she's trying to get her name to you. But it's not that for her. Like, she's trying to get, it's more that she just wants to be near you. And they're the signs she's trying to give you, but she's not rude. She's telling me, I'm not rude. I don't want to knock things off. I don't want to get in the way, but I just want to be near her. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to quickly check the chat because I am going to actually have to finish up, guys, because there is the new true crime podcast directly after my show. So if everyone stick around for the Realm of Darkness after this, please do. And I'm going to have to get off because I need to respect their show and everyone's time as well from the time slot. Okay, Danny. She had a hard time walking too, and you have issues with your kneecap currently, which is funny. There you go. Not a coincidence. So she just wants to be near you. That's all I'm getting from her. I just want to be near you. And if you both had problems with your knees, she made me feel it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, guys, I'm really going to have to leave it there. So please, thank you everyone for coming. Sorry if I didn't get to you. Mish, come next week. I'm definitely going to get to you. But everyone stick around for the show after me. Realm of Darkness is a true crime podcast. And thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be here next week, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So please stick around, and I am going to see you guys then.